See, I would not want to do something which causes a pain to the clients. Go start in whatever way, meet people. I would like to change my education, but there's no guarantee of where it will take me. I cannot incorporate the color of the year just because it's the trend.
Hello guys, welcome back. Today we have Aniketh from Ipsa with us. We had good conversations with him जहाँ पे हमें काफ़ी अच्छे information and insights मिले from discussing personal design styles to content creation. सब कुछ बहुत interesting था. I've been following their work for quite a long time, but let me be very honest, after this podcast, I really think that now I can look at their work with a different perspective altogether. So let's start without wasting any time.
Okay, Aniketh, welcome. So tell us more about the firm, Aniketh. How did you get this name, Ipsa? We've been watching your reels, looking at your portfolio, the profile on Insta, and we love it. We've been very curious about the name. Tell us more about the name and your background.
Let me start with my background. I did my BTech in biotechnology. Yes, that's shocking. Yes, and then I pursued my master's in biotechnology. After which I worked in a pharmaceutical company as a quality control analyst. And I was there for 9 months, and after which I joined a real estate firm as a sales and marketing manager. It was after 4 years that I started my own design studio. It was not called Studio Ipsa back then. It was called UNI Designs. The rebranding is something that we did last year, May. Ipsa stands for Desire, Ambition, and apparently it also happened to be accidentally Interior Projects by Solan and Aniketh.
Okay, so it has two meanings.
Yes.
But your background, education, you're saying you did BTech. I also did BTech in electronics, but I did MBA in marketing after that.
Right.
So a non-designer to a non-designer, it's very fascinating when I hear stories about people who didn't have a background in designing or architecture, but they're doing so well. So good to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much.
tell us a little bit more about what happened after that. So you said you worked for a while,
Yes,
and then when did you start the firm?
I did work in, like I mentioned, I was in the pharmaceutical industry, and after that, I was into sales and marketing for 4 years. I did really well, but then I realized at some point of time, I was working into weekends and all of that, and not being able to give time to the family. It was just a sudden realization of whom am I doing this for? What am I doing this for? It was just then I realized, I need to do something myself. And this was the only thing I knew, because while making a sale or two, I had to tell the prospective buyers, about the space planning of the homes to make a sale. And that's when I realized, let's do this. Let's try interior designing. I didn't think much. I just knew this was the only thing I knew, and I just went ahead with that. Back then, obviously, with no knowledge at all, my entire time was on sites, sitting with the carpenters, because I didn't know any of the softwares, nothing. Yeah, so I had to sit with the carpenters, technical team, understand what the plywood is, what exactly is the material, because I was not taught about all of that. So be it SketchUp, be it AutoCAD, be it the website creation, it was just learned by me on Udemy, and created it initially for the first 1 year. Yeah, because I had to be at home because we had just delivered. We had a baby girl, so I had to take care of her as well. And I used to go morning early sites at around like 5 a.m., come back by 7, be with her, then learn those softwares. So initially, first year was like this. And yeah, after that, it's only after 3 years we moved out, took a small office space, and that's when we started, working out of home. Initially, we did take up projects initially, everything that came our way, be it a cupboard, be it a closet, be it a kitchen, everything. That's how we learned. It was a one-man army initially, but then I realized this is not going to help me scale. It was only after that we hired people, and what you're doing, something like that.
So tell us, if you got a chance to go back and change something about your background, it could be education, could be your experience, what would you pick up? What would you want to change?
I would not want to change anything, honestly, because where I am today is because of what I've been through. I might say, I would like to change my education, but there's no guarantee of where it will take me. I'm really happy. I have nothing to change. I have had my share of failures, success, but I have no complaints. Nothing to change at all.
Excellent. So my next question to you is, tell us a little bit more about your personal design style.
My personal design style, I would like to say that it's a good blend of minimalist, clutter-free, and mostly meaningful designs. If you notice our work, if you
Mm,
see our work, you'll notice
mm,
commitment to functionality. We
mm,
respect what the client's personality and preferences are. Design the home according to
mm,
that, but we also ensure that it's it's timeless also as well.
mm,
We love to play with colors, patterns, textures. Of course, keeping in mind
mm.
that it's functional and it's tailored to the needs of client.
So would you give a 50-50 to functionality and aesthetics, or is there one of them which you would rate higher?
No, I think it's a good balance. I would not say 50-50.
Mm,
At places, it could be 40-60 also. At places, it could be otherwise. But obviously, I would not want to do something which causes a pain to the clients later after the handover.
mm,
And कि अपने portfolio
So functionality is
yeah,
very important.
yes, because I don't want to create a home for my portfolio for a showroom for me, and then the clients suffer.
Mm,
That's what not I believe in. It somehow fits in well that our thinking and the client's thinking is same, and yeah, we
mm.
create the designs like that.
What's your idea of a timeless design?
See, our idea of timeless design is something that doesn't go out of style. It's very simple actually. Attention to detail, good material.
Mm,
I mean, if you keep those in mind and design anything, it's going to be attractive and stay attractive for a long time. Also, not to just blindly fall into the trap of trends. This year this is
mm.
a trend and just blindly do it. No, it will not be timeless. You have to be very sure, very practical about the trends, and then incorporate those into your
Mm.
designs.
Sure, sure. Okay, then let me ask you about how would you pick up a trend? Since you spoke about picking up trends, how would you pick up a certain trend that you just seen? What are the steps that are essential for you to sort of, get it right?
I mean, see, when it comes to trends, we don't honestly blindly follow them. Okay, this year the color is XYZ. We don't have to use them in all our projects. It's very imperative to know, and a designer should understand that you might use a trend because someone else has told you it's a trend, but the client might not resonate with it. You'll have to create,
Mm,
everything starts with a concept, everything starts with the client's requirement. You'll have to take the client's requirement,
mm,
and if he wants, like,
mm,
say, a very minimalistic home where he loves only white color, I cannot incorporate the color of the year just because it's the trend.
mm,
So that's what we believe in.
mm. Sure. Okay, this one is my personal favorite. I've seen many of your reels, photos, and much more. Tell us about some different ways one can use styles in various areas or specific units you can use styles with.
See, tiles, I mean, of course, there's floors, there's walls, there's bathroom countertops, kitchen islands, exterior surfaces is one of the projects. We're using tiles in exterior surfaces. It's more than where you can use tiles, how you use tiles. I would like to elaborate on that.
Mm.
We
Sure,
recently
sure.
designed a tile studio. The tile studio was named TerraQ,
Hmm.
right? Terra stands for Earth.
Okay,
With that name as an
okay,
inspiration, we use tiles in different formats. We use tiles on a
okay.
plywood, which functioned as a room divider between the reception and the storage
Hmm.
back area, where the different ways we could
Hmm.
use tiles. There was digitally printed tiles. There was tile on tile. There was mosaic on tiles. Then we also use
Wow.
tiles mosaics, 1 inch diameter
Mm,
circular mosaic on the reception desk in the same
mm.
tile studio, showcasing the 5 elements of
Okay.
Earth because the studio's name was Terra Q. Another thing in
Hmm.
pursuit of
Hmm.
sustainability, what we did was we created a very conceptual tree. We called it the Terra tree. The tree of the earth, where we wanted to
Hmm.
emphasize about
Yeah.
repurposing of materials, reducing wastage, things like that. So we created that tree, and the branches of the tree, if you walk into the store or maybe even the pictures, you'll see the branches of the
Yeah.
tree has those waste tiles, broken tiles, chipped tiles,
Yeah.
which we have fixed on those branches. So these are the few ways I
Mm.
think you can use tiles for different purposes.
Me and my team have really been fascinated with that tree that you put with the tiles on that. That's really good. That's a fantastic idea, and we love it.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. But I think that's what we wanted to emphasize on. Calling us a store
Mm.
by its name, like Terra Q, which is the planet Earth. We
Mm.
wanted to, talk about sustainability in a way.
Sure. Tell us, how would you work on a concept? How would you turn it into reality? And my question in particular is about this one children's room bed that we saw, and it has turned out really well. So let's talk in that context.
Right. I think you're talking about the kids' bedroom, what we recently handed over, where there's wallpaper along the bed, and there's a
Yeah.
different color
Yes.
and all of
Right.
that. Yes, I got it. So concept, you see, I would like to talk about the design process first. So what we do is we
Sure.
understand first the client's requirements. Let's specifically
Mm.
talk about this kid's bedroom. They
Sure.
have not a teenage, sorry, they have a 2-year-old toddler, a daughter, and they were very
Mm-hmm.
sure about their requirements. Obviously, they wanted closet, they wanted a bed, they wanted it to be a little playful, their entire room. So,
Okay.
based on those requirements, we prepared a furniture layout first. What comes
Mm-hmm.
with the space planning and all of that. We show that to the client that this is how it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be. Till yet, we hadn't thought about the designs or the color palette. Nothing as yet. It was only after
Sure.
this we prepared a mood board. We wanted it to
Mm.
be a colorful, a playful home. Obviously, because it's for the 2-year-old daughter. Keeping that in
Mm-hmm.
mind, we thought of the color palette. There is a blue, there's a green. These two colors primarily is
Mm-hmm.
what we wanted to use. Obviously, we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
use a little bit of light oak wood, which we have used. The bed, if you see, is completely made up of white oak wood. Okay,
Mm.
we've tried to match in parts with veneer and laminate as well. Now that was a
Mm-hmm.
basic concept, the mood board. After which we developed the 3Ds for them, because we understand
Mm-hmm.
that it's difficult for clients to sometimes understand, visualize from the mood board itself. So we made the 3Ds of that
Right.
bedroom, and I think when we did show the 3Ds, they were pretty happy about the way the room looked. Now, when it came
Mm-hmm.
to executing the same, like I mentioned, the color palette, choosing the right blue, choosing the right green, there
Mm.
were a lot of sampling. Now, two things I would like
Mm.
to talk about in this room: the sheer
Sure.
curtain, which had the blue color, and the closet, which had
Mm.
the blue color. We wanted the color of
Mm.
both the sheer and the cupboard to be the same, right? So
Sure.
what we did was we first did the sampling of the cupboard, the blue color on the
Mm.
closet shutter. We took that sample
Sure.
and went to our fabric vendor, and she got us
Okay.
exactly the same matching color. Those are the details that
Oh.
we worked on, obviously to bring about that difference, in a room. The
Mm.
same thing even with the wallpaper. We customized
Mm.
the wallpaper for this room. There was a
Mm.
green on that wallpaper. If you see the wallpaper, it's about it's like there are animals and there's a forest and all of that.
Yep.
So we picked up
Yep.
a green
Mm.
from there, and we told our painter to match the green color which is coming in this room with that. We
Oh.
didn't have to give him any code. So like I mentioned, we are blessed. I mean, with the team that we have, right?
Yeah.
And now, if you see, it's very cohesive. The entire room. At the same time, what usually parents crave for, the open space where the child can sit and play. We've been
Mm.
successful to even get that in this room.
So my last question now is, the steps that you tell people who are just starting out the design firm. This is to other designers and architects.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, it's very simple. It's not complicated. Just go and start. I mean, what you have to
Okay.
think
It's
is,
my last question. I mean,
yeah,
all
what
right.
do you have to think about? What you have to think about, you will be successful or not. But again, it comes back to the same thing. How will you know till you try? I mean, I've met obviously people where they have a set of steps. Start with your website, then your Google location, and all of that. I'm not saying that's wrong.
Mm.
I'm saying what worked for me. You can choose
Mm.
any path what works for you, but I would say just start, try to do things parallelly. Website
Mm.
or social media is very crucial. You cannot say no, I'll manage
Yeah.
without it. I mean, of course
Yeah.
you can, but you shouldn't be, right? So social media,
Yeah.
in fact,
True.
we've tried to incorporate AI mid journey to
Mm.
develop 3Ds.
Oh.
Yes, I mean, if I want to save time, see, I'm of a mindset where time, I respect time a lot. If I can save
Mm.
time showing just to give an idea as to how this room is going to look, I can save so much of time. I might not
Sure.
use SketchUp, which takes 1 month for me to develop the 3Ds. So I would really
Sure.
suggest, go start in whatever way, meet people, There are communities now, interior designing communities, meet
Hmm.
people, and I think
Yeah.
be with 4 to 5 best people around you. And I think if you really want to start, they will help you start. It's very simple. Because whatever reels you've seen, I have made those.
Really?
Yeah, there is no, we
As in,
don't.
so, uh-huh.
Yeah, so this
Let's talk
is.
more about it.
So there is no social media agency or a content creator in our studio. It's created by us in house. That's me and
And
Sonal both.
and and who does the editing,
Me,
by the
me,
way?
me.
Really? So you do end to
End
end?
to end, yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow, Aniket, you are one man who knows so much. I mean, from being in real estate and previously it was biotech to running a full-fledged studio and being successful with that, and then editing
No,
and
it's
all of the
just
content.
it's just
Wow.
that when you love something, and I love what we do here, and I want to show it to the world. I think I would do anything for that, and this is how I've
I,
learned,
I
obviously.
understand the
And
passion, but these things take time. I mean, you would be spending what, 14, 15 hours a day doing everything that you're doing?
not really. A reel doesn't take more
Okay.
than 10 minutes.
No, I'm saying you are running a full-fledged design firm, so you have much
Oh, like
things that
that.
you do, and then you run the social media yourself with the editing and stuff. So you'd be working really hard.
Smart, I would say. Not, I'm not sure about hard, but it's very simple.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's about strategizing and planning. I wake up early.
Hmm.
When everyone is asleep, like say 6 to 7 is something I can work on. Then I go to
Yeah,
drop
yeah,
my
yeah.
daughter. I reach the studio soon before my team comes in and do my
Hmm.
work, and then honestly by 12 I'm done with my work. 12 to 5 I'm thinking what else to do, and that's why I started learning this AI thing, mid journey and all of that.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah.
I think you're very meticulous. That's what I can figure out from what we have discussed so far, and it's very inspirational to hear from people like you, Aniket. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time
So
that
thank you
you've
so
given
much.
us
We
so
are doing
far.
a
And
project in Hyderabad, and we will be there very soon. And once we
okay,
there, if you're free, let's catch up maybe.
yeah, sure.
विद दिस कॉन्वर्जेशन आई बिलीव कि आप भी अब अनिकेत को थोड़ा और बेटर जानने लगे होंगे. इनके आंसर्स काफी टू द पॉइंट रहे थ्रू आउट द पॉडकास्ट. I've always been saying this, having an educational background in designing is great, but if you are keen to follow the other path, just go for it. As Aniket said, how will you know if you've not tried it? This is it for today. And if you like our content, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This channel will surely be your one stop shop for everything interior designing and architecture. There is some content that you'll only find there and nowhere else. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.